What if everything you've ever called real is actually a polished mind-made movie, playing on the screen of your consciousness before you even press play? Pause for 1 second. Not because you're in a dream, not because of some sinister AI overlord, but because your brain is a silent director, editing, framing, and scoring raw chaos into the seamless film you call everyday life. This isn't Hollywood. This is Immanuel Kant, the quiet Prussian genius who didn't just question reality, he re-engineered how we think about it. Kant didn't whisper this idea from the fringes. He detonated it in the heart of philosophy with a single, earth-shattering claim. Space-time and causality are not discoveries. They are inventions. Not out there in the cosmos, but in here, in the architecture of your mind. Remove them, and the universe dissolves into a kaleidoscope of meaningless flashes. Keep them, and you get planets, clocks, physics, love, regret, everything that feels solid. But it's solid only because you made it so. He compared this to Copernicus flipping the heavens. The sun doesn't orbit Earth. Earth orbits the sun. Kant's twist? Objects don't orbit us in space. They orbit the rules of our knowing. The world conforms to the mind, not the mind to the world. We don't peel back reality like layers of an onion. We build the onion. Now meet the man behind the revolution. Born April 22nd, 1724, in Königsberg, a modest Baltic port city in East Prussia, today Kaliningrad, Russia. Immanuel Kant lived a life so disciplined it bordered on the mythical. He never married, never left his province, never travelled more than 40 miles from home. Yet his mind roamed galaxies. His daily rhythm was a masterpiece of precision. 5 a.m., wake. 5:30 a.m., coffee, always 1 cup, black. 7 a.m. to 11 a.m., lectures at the university. Noon, lunch with friends, same table, same seat. 1 p.m. to 3 p.m., writing in total silence. 3:30 p.m., the famous walk. Rain, snow, or shine. Same route, same pace. 7 p.m., light supper. 10 p.m. bed. Locals didn't just admire this, they used it. Shopkeepers set their clocks when Kant passed. Sailors in the harbour timed their departures. One day, legend says, he missed his walk, only because he was so absorbed reading Rousseau's Emile that he forgot the hour. The town panicked. Kant is ill, they cried. He wasn't, he was just thinking. This wasn't obsession, it was strategy. Kant believed clarity required order, and order for him began at home. He entered philosophy at a turning point. Two giants were locked in combat. First, rationalism, led by René Descartes, I think therefore I am, and Gottfried Leibniz. Truth, they said, comes from reason alone. Math, logic, God, deducible without leaving your chair. Second, empiricism, led by John Locke and George Berkeley, culminating in David Hume. All knowledge, they argued, starts with sensation. No experience, no idea. Simple. Then Hume dropped a bomb. He asked, why do we believe one event causes another? You see a cue strike a billiard ball. The second ball moves. You say, cause and effect. But do you see the causing? Number. You see sequence. A, then B. Over and over. Your mind expects B after A. That's habit, not proof. No necessary connection. Just psychological conditioning. This wasn't a quibble. It was a wrecking ball. If causality is just a mental reflex, then science collapses. Induction fails, morality wobbles. God, unprovable. Kant was 57 when he read Hume. He later wrote, I freely admit that it was David Hume's remark that first interrupted my dogmatic slumber. He didn't sleepwalk after that. He rebuilt the house. Instead of choosing sides, Kant asked a deeper, almost science fiction question. What must the human mind be like for coherent experience to even be possible? This wasn't psychology, it was transcendental inquiry, asking not what we know, but how knowing is structured before we know anything. His answer came in 1781 with the Critique of Pure Reason, a 900-page beast so dense it took years to digest. But its core idea is electrifying. Your mind is not a passive camera, it's a factory. It arrives with two built-in systems. System 1, forms of sensibility, space, not a container, out there. It's the way your mind organizes outer sensations. Try imagining something with no left, right, up, down, near, far. Impossible. Time, not a universal ticking. It's the way your mind sequences inner and outer change. Try thinking without before or after. You can't. These aren't learned. They're pre-installed, like the default settings on a new phone. System 2, categories of the understanding. Kant listed 12 like mental apps. Unity, one apple. Plurality, three apples. Causality, strike, motion. Substance, the apple persists. Necessity, it must fall if dropped. These aren't observed, they're applied. Raw data floods in, light, pressure, sound. The mind sorts, connects, predicts. Without this, no objects, no events, just noise. This process world is the phenomenal realm, from Greek phenomenon, that which appears. It's the only world we'll ever live in. But Kant insisted, there's another layer, the noumenal realm, the thing in itself, Ding and Sich. Reality stripped of space, time, causality, pure being, unknowable. Can we access it? Number. Can we imagine it? Barely. Should we try? Pointless. It's like a fish trying to grasp dry. The noumenal is real, but forever beyond the fishbowl of human cognition. This might sound like defeat. Kant saw victory. Why? Because it explains certainty. Math, 2 + 2 = 4, isn't true because God said so, or because we counted apples. It's true because any mind structured like ours must count that way. Physics. Newton's laws describe phenomena, how things appear under human conditions. They're universal not because they copy reality, but because they map the rules of appearance. Kant didn't kill science, he gave it a rock-solid foundation. Now zoom out. His influence is everywhere. Cognitive science. Modern brain scans show perception is predictive. Your visual cortex doesn't wait for light. It guesses what's coming based on prior models. Optical illusions. Same input, different predictions. Cultural goggles. Japanese speakers see more blues. Himba tribes see more greens. The mind shapes the scene. Kant predicted this 250 years ago. Physics. Einstein kept a photo of Kant on his desk. Why? Special relativity says space and time aren't fixed. They depend on the observer's frame. General relativity curves space-time. Quantum mechanics? The act of measurement collapses possibility into actuality. Kant didn't cause these theories, but he made them thinkable. He showed that objective doesn't mean mind-independent. Art and culture. Ever argue about a movie? Same frames, different feelings. That's Kant in action. Meaning isn't in the pixels, it's in the viewer's categories. But Kant didn't stop at theory. He asked, if the mind structures knowledge, what does it do for action? Enter his moral philosophy, every bit as revolutionary. Just as knowledge has a priori conditions, morality has a priori laws. Not from God, not from society, not from pleasure, from reason itself. His supreme principle, the categorical imperative. First formulation. Act only according to that maxim whereby you can at the same time will that it should become a universal law. Test it. Lying to escape trouble, universalize. Everyone lies when convenient. Trust vanishes. Contradiction, immoral. Helping a stranger, universalize. Everyone helps when able. Society strengthens. No contradiction. Moral. Second formulation. Act so that you treat humanity, whether in your own person or in any other, always as an end, never merely as a means. No using people, no exceptions. The barista, the CEO, the refugee, each is a rational agent with dignity, not a tool. This isn't feel-good ethics, it's rigor. You don't act morally because it works or feels nice. You act because reason demands consistency. The goodwill, the intention to do right for right's sake, is the only unconditional good. Kant believed every rational being carries this law within. You don't need a priest, a king, or an algorithm. You are the lawgiver. This is autonomy, self-rule through reason. Put it together. Epistemology, the mind builds the stage. Ethics, the mind writes the script. Life, you choose the performance. Kant doesn't hand you truth. He hands you responsibility. To see the hidden gears, to question the defaults, to act not from habit, fear, or reward, but from rational respect. He doesn't close the book on philosophy. He opens a new chapter, critical consciousness. We're not passive spectators. We're co-creators of knowledge, of morality, of meaning. So here's your Kantian challenge. 1. Next time you assume obvious, ask, is this space, time, causality, or just my mind's filter? 2. Next time you justify an action, ask, could I will this for everyone? Am I using anyone? 3. Next time you claim certainty, ask, is this phenomenal or noumenal? Do I know or do I experience? Kant's gift wasn't answers, it was awareness. And awareness is the first step to freedom. If this journey through the hidden architecture of mind and morality lit a spark, do 3 things. 1. Like this video, it tells the algorithm to share wisdom. 2. Subscribe. We're unpacking the greatest thinkers, one revolution at a time. 3. Comment below. What's one assumption you're now questioning because of Kant? Let's keep digging into ourselves, into the world, into the ideas that refuse to die. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.